Steve Sarkisian and the USC Trojans coming to town with a red-hot quarterback in Cody Kessler. But Coach Kyle Whittingham is all smiles. He's got one of the best running backs in the country in Devontae Booker. The Utes are riding high at 5-1. Next to be crossed off the list, USC. Rice-Eccles Stadium here in Salt Lake City, Utah, as 20th-ranked USC comes into town to take on the 19th-ranked Utah Utes. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, along with my partner, Charles Davis, and welcome to Salt Lake City. And, CD, I ran into some fans the other day, Utah fans, and I asked them what their thoughts on the game were. And they said, it's real simple. We're going to find out if Utah is real or are they fake. I couldn't put it any better.
That tells you what the fans think, because this is a Utah team that has won at UCLA, one of the perennial powers in the Pac-12. But USC means everything to anyone who plays in the Pac-12. And look at this. These two teams tonight have a very realistic chance of winning the Pac-12 South. USC, one loss in the conference to Arizona State. Utah, one loss in the conference to Washington State. Utah will ride the legs of Devontae Booker and their sackmeister, Nate Orchard, tonight. And USC looking for Buck Allen and Cody Kessler to carry them.
Moments ago, the Utah Utes took the field. They're coming off a 29-23 double overtime win over Oregon State. Time now to join the third member of our team on the sideline. Here's Molly McGrath.
Coach, you said that you're not a fan of a two-quarterback system. You're waiting for one of your QBs to really step up and own that role. How can Travis Wilson do that tonight?
He's got to move the football team. You got to move the chains, make first downs, protect the football, get us in the end zone.
Physical and mental toughness have really been emphasized for your team. Where does your team need to be its toughest tonight? Across
the board. You got to be great against the run. You got to be able to run the football. You got to be able to play great special teams. You name it, we got to be tough in all areas.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
All right, Steve Sarkisian, 40 years old in his first year at USC, coming from Washington. On the matchup against Utah, he said it's going to be like a prize fight. They're going to take their shots. We're going to take ours. We're going to knock each other down. And in the end, one of us will walk out of the ring a winner. Sellout crowd on hand, 45,000 plus. Utah won the toss, deferred. USC ready to receive. Adoree Jackson, Juju Smith back deep. Neither will get a shot. So USC will start from the 25-yard line. Three things you need to know when the Trojans have the football.
Quarterback Cody Kessler, Mr. Big Shot. 7 touchdown passes last week against Colorado with completions of 40, 45, and 75. I expect him to take one of those big shots right here on the first play. Javorius Allen, they call him Buck. He was there to answer to Bishop Sankey, who played for this staff last year at Washington. Bishop tonight, he's running at a high rate.
First down.
And Nate Orchard, they got to identify where he is. He's the sack master. They've got to be able to block him.
First down and 10 at the 25 for SC. And Kessler passing on first down. That's Juju Smith, the talented freshman with all sorts of running room. And he gets the ball close to midfield. Gianni Paul with the tackle after the 23-yard gain. Last week, Cody Kessler, 7 touchdowns. He's the Walker Camp National Offensive Player of the Week for his performance against Colorado.
School record 7 touchdown passes. His athletic director, Pat Hayden, threw 8 in the national championship year of 1972 for the season.
On first down, they swing it out. It's incomplete, intended for Darius Rogers.
They got to get on the ball. That's actually a lateral. That's actually a lateral, and no one's blown it dead yet.
And Utah trying to take it all the way back. Davion Orphy, touchdown. Great recognition, Charles Davis.
Watch where Kessler throws the football. Laterally behind the line of scrimmage. It bounces off of Rogers, and no one recognizes it and gets on the football. They've given up on the play. He's saying, my bad, incomplete. Utah carries it all the way through. So if you ever see the line judge, they'll put their fist up. Now watch in the background. Watch this guy here, okay? Because he will tell you if it's a lateral or not. Ball back. See where he puts his arm? Right there? That signals lateral, ball still alive. So they never blew it dead. Utah played it through and should have the first points of the night. Bounces off of Kalantz, number 86. And there's Rogers right there saying, my bad, and he should have been trying to get on the ball.
Andy Phillips comes in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. So a weird sequence to open this game for Steve Sarkisian, but he says, calm down, guys, we're okay. Adoree Jackson, Juju Smith, back deep. Andy Phillips will kick it away. Opening moments of the first quarter, Utah with a 7-0 lead. And this one kicked out of the end zone again. Kessler will start again from his own 25 out of the shotgun. Rogers in motion. And they'll hand it off. Buck Allen running right. Buck Allen just having a sensational year. 909 yards rushing coming into this game.
What'll be interesting in watching him is how USC will utilize him tonight. We've seen him as a runner now. He also catches it well out of the backfield. I want to see what Steve Sarkisian will do as a play caller on this series. What type of a settling type of a series will he call to try and get his team back from that early blitz by Utah on this fumbled lateral?
Gain of 8. Allen hopping, lowers his shoulder and picks up the first down. Gianni Paul, the middle linebacker, making the tackle. Buck Allen, the leading rusher in the Pac-12, and 11th at FBS, averaging close to 130 yards a game. And he's short of the first down, so they call it 3rd down and 1. Trojans line up in the I formation. Inside handoff, Allen, and this time he has it as he gets close to the 40.
You notice as we started this series, I posed the question, what will Steve Sarkisian do to try and settle the team a little bit after that horrific play from their standpoint? And what he did was 3 straight runs, 2 by Buck Allen, then handing it off inside to the fullback to pick up the first down.
First down from the 39. Kessler wants to throw. Steps into his throw, has Aguilar wide open on the far side, and he goes out of bounds inside Utah territory. Eric Rowe there to usher him out of play, and it's an 18-yard gain.
And plenty of time for Cody Kessler to find his target, Nelson Aguilar. Really good protection in the pocket for Cody Kessler. Wasn't pressed at all. And remember, Utah, the #1 team in sacks in the nation.
Aguilar, a preseason first-team All-America. Kessler steps up in the pocket with running room. Throws on the move, and he has his receiver at the 20-yard line. This one caught by Randall Telford, the tight end, and it's a gain of 21.
Watch the protection here by Zach Banner, 73. He's working against Hunter Dimmick, 49. Ends up pushing him past the pocket and letting Cody Kessler step up, keep his eyes downfield, and throw a strike to Randall Telford.
So USC, after fumbling a lateral and giving up a touchdown to the Utah defense, snapping back quickly. First down at the Utes 21. Telfer in motion. And it's Allen. And he's stopped by Brian Blecken after a 3-yard gain.
Nate Orchard, one of the top sack men in the nation, 10.5 sacks on the year. USC will test him by running the football at him, though.
2nd down and 6. Kessler drops back, throws, and caught. Out of bounds, Juju Smith. A gain of 14. Kessler putting that ball on a string.
And Kessler took a hit because he's down after the play, and that's not what USC wants to see at all. Watch Kessler, who's standing firm in the pocket, goes through his progressions, stands there and takes the big hit right up the middle. Looks like number 93, Lotulelei, who got him on the hit.
And that will bring Max Brown into the game. Redshirt freshman from Sammamish, Washington. Looks like Kessler may have just gotten the wind knocked out of him. So Max Brown last week had a chance to play a little bit against Colorado. Was 0 for 2. His first passes since the season opener against Fresno State. He's 3 of 6 for 30 yards on the season. In high school, he was the National Player of the Year in 2012. First down and goal at the 7.
Highly expect Buck Allen to touch the ball on this snap, number 37.
And he won't. Into the end zone. Oh, knocked away. They tried to fool him. Bryce Dixon was the intended receiver. But it was broken up in the back of the end zone by Eric Rowe.
Really good recognition by Rowe, who's played safety for 3 years at Utah before moving to corner this year. He'll play both of those positions tonight. And he recognized the flow going away, stayed with it, and batted the ball away.
Cody Kessler back in after missing one play. Second down and goal at the 7. They give it to Allen, and he is tackled for a loss. Clint Shepard knifed in and makes the play.
Playing over the guard, he just shot through and got right past number 50, Toa Lobendon. Andre Walker, number 70, is coming at left tackle to replace Chad Wheeler. A big play by Shepard.
A loss of 3, 10th play of the drive that started at the 25. Third down and goal at the 10-yard line. Kessler lets it fly underneath. Caught. Touchdown, Juju Smith.
I spent time in pregame with T. Martin, the passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach of USC, and he just raved about Juju Smith. Not just about his skills. He said those are evident. It's the work ethic that he has. Played well over 100 plays against Arizona because he plays a lot of special teams. He said you can't drag him off the field, and he's improving every day as a receiver.
Picks up his second touchdown of the season. Extra point for Andre Hadari is good. So USC responds. They find the freshman. We're all knotted up at 7. An announcer's nightmare, Howard.
Especially the numbers.
This one kicked deep in the end zone, and Utah takes a knee. And we'll start from the 25, and 3 things you need to know when the Utes have the ball.
All right, first of all, Travis Wilson will start at quarterback tonight. Molly McGrath asked Coach Kyle Whittingham, what's it going to take? Well, Coach Whittingham wants him to take the reins, wants him to be the guy. And he told him, Molly, the formula he needed tonight, move the team. Devontae Booker, runner. Last 3 games, he's averaging over 180 yards per game, 229 yards and 3 touchdowns, and a double overtime win against Oregon State. He loves to carry the load. And Leonard Williams is simply the man. Maybe the best football player in the country, regardless of position. He plays defensive tackle, defensive end for USC, and is absolutely relentless in his pursuit.
So SC with 108 yards in total offense already. As Utah finally gets the football on first down, they throw it, and it's Wesley Tonga with the reception. The senior from Las Vegas, it's a gain of 12. So Travis Wilson started the first 5 games of the season, but came off the bench against Oregon State, and then was named the starter for tonight's game.
They like him because of his ability to throw the ball. They believe is better overall than Kendall Thompson's. And they start out with an easy pass, get his confidence going. And I think it's a great move because you've got to, if you're USC, you've got to think you're loaded up for the run game because they haven't thrown it very effectively so far.
First down and 10 at the 37. Booker, the deep man. Wilson to throw again, and he slings it out near side. Ball is caught by Tim Patrick, and he's still moving. A 17-yard gain. And when we talked to the coaches yesterday at the Utes facility, moving the ball through the air was a main priority.
Paramount for them. Dave Christensen, the new offensive coordinator. And when he left, he had that little twinkle in his eye, didn't he? I know we haven't done it well recently, but I think we're due. He thought they practiced very well, thought the receivers were coming together, and he thought his quarterback was due to put it together tonight. So far, so good.
Looks like a busted play. Wilson takes it himself. He'll gain positive yards. Greg Townsend stops him after the 3-yard pickup.
And you know what was really smart about that play by Travis Wilson? The play didn't go as it was supposed to be a handoff to Booker. He's not there. So what did he do? He ran to where the play was called and being blocked. That's smart quarterbacking. Go to where the spot is that you expect the play to go and finish it off.
2nd and 7 at the 25. And Booker spinning. Not a lot of room as he runs over that right side. Sua Craven's first man to him. Anthony Cerro there as well.
Right, it's a big 3rd down because now it looks like a passing situation. And the first time this evening, the Utah has to throw the ball or expects to throw the ball on a down. USC expects it before they threw it early in the count.
Opening drive for Utah. They'll hand it off. Booker with room and a first down.
Now that's confidence right there, Gus. That's confidence in your offensive line, which has become steadily better in the running game, and confidence in your runner. 3rd and 6, hand it off inside, and easily picks up the first down.
First down and 10 at the USC 17. Booker steps up. They give it to him. Stutter step gets through the hole. And USC defensive coordinator Justin Wilcox calls Booker a physical, angry runner like Arizona's Kadeem Carey was. He'll run away from you, but he'll put his face on you and run over you as well.
He doesn't mind feeding you his pads, does he? You see Justin Wilcox signaling the next defense in. Utah's offensive front, they like blocking for him.
Here's the option. Wilson keeps it, leans forward, close to the first down again. Antoine Woods hauls him down. And it's interesting to watch a man that's 6'7" run the option.
I love your point there because I was going in the same direction as they continue to play fast now.
Booker. First down, Utes.
And to finish off your point, 6'7", you think he's the thrower, right? Just going to stand back in the pocket, and Kendall Thompson will come in and be the runner. In fact, the offense is the exact same for both of them. They may lean a little more on Kendall Thompson's running ability, but Travis Wilson more than capable. See the USC fighting for the ball, but I think the whistle is blown already.
And after struggling on 3rd down last week, Duke's doing a good job. Here's Booker, put it on the ground. And Utah falls on it.
Isaac Asiata, offensive guard, alertly jumps on the ball. Booker has it. Does it pop free? Yes, number 99, Antoine Woods, pops it free with his left hand, and Asiata sees it and gets there ahead of Sua Cravens. You see that, Coach Kyle Whittingham? Relieved right now.
13th play of the drive, 2nd and goal at the 4. Booker, no, Wilson. Caught out of bounds near the goal line by Wesley Tonga again.
That's a good play by Cerro, number 56 for USC. If he's not able to shove him out of bounds, Tonga's able to turn upfield and dive into the end zone.
Brings up 3rd down and goal at the 1. 3 catches for Tonga already. Booker lines up as the pistol back. They give it to him. Can he get in? No signal yet. Doesn't look like he did. And a fumble, and USC has it. And this is something you rarely see with this Utah team.
They have taken care of the ball so well this year. Only 5 giveaways on the season coming into tonight. And Booker puts it on the turf twice on this drive. The second time costly as J.R. Tavai pops the ball free and USC gets it. Looks like the diving into the pile there is number 22, Leon McQuay III, the safety, who's starting tonight for the injured Gerald Bowman. But J.R. Tavai, number 58, who's a relentless, high-effort guy, came around the end and popped the ball free.
Game tied at 7. Back after this. Game tied at 7 here in the first quarter. USC, as they force that fumble, one of 13 FBS teams that has not allowed any points this season on its opponent's opening drive. So the Trojans and Steve Sarkisian take over at their own 1-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised here to see Utah come with an exotic blitz and try and create a turnover here. And what if USC takes a shot?
And they'll give it to Buck Allen with running room. And he'll get to the 5-yard line, still being dropped by Eric Rowe.
I think they want to try and jam up every lane they can and keep USC pinned in here to at least create good field position and flip the field with their defense.
Second down and 5. Cody Kessler with a little breathing room now. Low snap. He shovels it to Allen. And Allen swung. Tackle inside his own 5-yard line. Jason Fanaika making the tackle.
And what a catch by Cody Kessler on the snap. The Arizona game, he fielded one really high and handed off to Buck Allen, who ran for a touchdown. This time, able to pick up a low one, but no, not the same result. Fanaika, the terrific play.
Third down and 6 at the 5-yard line. Kessler in the shotgun. Kessler goes through his progressions over the middle and caught by Rodgers in a first down for Darius Rodgers. Trying to make up for the early mistake.
And how about Kessler not panicking in the pocket? Seemed like he had a little trouble as he went through his progressions. All right, which one? Stayed with it. So the protection, tremendous. Stays with it, goes through the progressions, and as you noted, Darius Rodgers wants to make up for his error. Sure-handed on that catch.
Cody Kessler throwing a shutout early. First down and 10. Kessler. Allen out of the backfield. And he'll run out of bounds.
I think USC's offensive line has done an excellent job so far tonight in keeping Nate Orchard at bay. He wears number 8 in black, and he is the sack guy for Utah. And so far, he hasn't really had a sniff at the quarterback. The big hit on Kessler came early, and it came from Lotulelei inside.
Second in FBS in sacks and tackles for loss. Here's Kessler. In trouble. Juju Smith. Smith still running and finally has to be knocked out of bounds. But he made something out of nothing as he was roughed up by Jared Norris. And Jared Norris and Cody Kessler, needless to say, they like each other.
They go way back. Centennial High School, Bakersfield, California. 10-2 league champs their last year. Families are great friends. They said they'd probably wink at each other before the first play and smile. Then after that, they'd get down to business.
They're like brothers, best friends. Third down. Kessler steps up, throws, caught. Aguilar looks like he's got a first down for Nelson Aguilar.
And what a route Aguilar ran. Now I understand why T. Martin told me 2 years ago that he reminded him of a young Reggie Wayne in the way he can get in and out of his cuts, in and out of breaks. He broke that off sharply in front of the defense, in front of Dominique Hatfield, and what a delivery by Cody Kessler.
So on 3rd and 14, they pick up 16 yards. First down at the 46. Buck Allen following his blocks, driving his legs, leaning forward, and he picks up 10. And that's the end of the first quarter, folks, and it was a crazy one. Utah 7, SC 7, back to Salt Lake City right after this. USC in the first quarter with 7 plays of 15 or more yards. They have 181 yards in total offense already.
That's right up the alley that USC wants to be traversing. They wanted more big plays. They wanted the ball ripped downfield. They haven't necessarily thrown the big shot, but what they've done on the intermediate is gotten yards after catch and created some of those big plays.
First down at the 36. Pinner and Allen line up in the I formation. Here's Allen, second man through. And he's gang tackled. Jared Norris brings him down. Also Hunter Dimick.
Notice USC's using a lot of what I call ghost motion tonight. Wide receiver coming through the backfield, through the I formation, behind the tailback. Sometimes they fake it to him, sometimes they throw it to him. Anything to occupy the eyes of the defense of Utah to try and open up the middle for USC.
2nd and 7. Kessler, near side, Aguilar. Nice run after the catch, and he falls down. If he could have kept his feet, looks like he would have picked up the first.
And USC operating short-handed with their wide receivers tonight. They've got a few injuries. Jane A. Harris is here on the trip, but he hasn't played in the last 3 games. George Farmer didn't make the trip.
Hamstring injury for Farmer. Buck Allen, and he's tackled for a loss. Well played. Jared Norris got him first. Vanaika cleaned him up.
And Norris was in the backfield quickly. Watch how fast he gets there and creates a new line of scrimmage right there. So he made Allen change and chop his feet. And Vanaika, as you noted, cleaned up.
Brings up 4th down and 1. SC going for it. And they fumble the snap. And they won't get it. Cody Kessler falls on it. But the Utah defense holds. 13:23 to play, second quarter. Game tied at 7. So last 2 drives for both teams. Utah goes 74 yards, fumble it on the 1. USC, they go 70 yards and fumble a snap on 4th and 1. Wilson off his back foot. Incomplete. Intended for Tim Patrick.
Going back to the USC fumble, as much football as we get to see, and as many gun teams as we see, then you run up under center on a crucial play. How many times have we seen that? You run up under center now, you can't complete the quarterback center exchange, you don't do it as often, and then it's a high pressure snap and it doesn't work.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Here's Wilson, sprints out of the pocket, sets up, delivers, and caught. Nicely done. First down, Utah, as Drez Anderson picks up 12.
He's their #1 target. He's their go-to receiver. Throughout this season, his hands have not been as reliable as normal. I think he and the other receivers have been pressing a bit. With the passing game suffering, they're not getting as many opportunities, and they're trying to hit home runs on every play. They just have to make the catches that are available and that are there, as Drez Anderson just did.
So here's Booker. And he'll get to the USC 45.
Poole started the first 4 games of the season at running back for Utah. He had been the main runner until Booker took over. But after the fumbles by Booker, Poole getting an opportunity this evening.
Devontae Booker fumbling twice, once on the goal line. 2nd down and 6 at the 46. Play fake. Wilson out of the pocket. And he has his receiver. It's Wesley Tonga, his 4th reception. And he's stopped at the 30-yard line by Leon McQuay after a gain of 16 yards.
And you talked about it earlier. The movement skills of Travis Wilson at 6'7" will surprise a lot of people. Light on his feet, comes out of the pocket, finds Tonga in the open field and puts it on him. And Tonga, is your classic definition of a move tight end. Not going to block very many people, but a nice pass catcher in the open field.
4 catches, 48 yards, a career high in the first half for Tonga. Wilson backs up, takes a shot, and knocked away by Kevon Seymour. Trez Anderson, the target, but Seymour making a terrific play.
Watch Seymour 13 in white as he follows Anderson across the field. What people were reacting to was the right hand on the shoulder of Anderson early. And if they had thrown a flag, they could have been justified. He was there a couple of counts early. Seymour, probably their most aggressive cover corner, but it also leads to penalties as well. On that play, he got away with one.
2nd and 10 at the USC 19 for Utah. Wilson with the handoff. And I find it interesting, as well as Devontae Booker is playing this season. You turn the ball over, you sit.
We met with Dave Christensen, the offensive coordinator, and what did he talk about? That's all we work on is ball security, ball leverage for people catching and running with the football, and good decision-making by the quarterbacks to not put people in bad spots. Leads to less turnovers. They had 25 giveaways in 2013. Coming into tonight, 5. They'd really cut that down. Dave Christensen wasn't having it, making Devontae Booker think about it for a little while.
3rd down and 7 at the 16-yard line. We need to get to the 9 for first down. Wilson rolling, throwing, and a first down to Utah. Nicely done by Trez Anderson as he brings it down. On 3rd and 7, they get 8.
You just said it a second ago. He is slinging it. And look at Trez Anderson. No shaky hands there. He went up and plucked it out of the air, snatched it. He and the receiver spent extra time Thursday after practice with the jugs machine, working on their hands. They've been doing that for a couple of weeks. It's paying off tonight.
First down and goal at the 8-yard line. And it's Poole. Can't get outside. J.R. Tavai grabbed his ankle and brought him to the turf. Bubba Poole looking for daylight, and he fumbled. Holy Toledo. Leonard Williams brought him down.
Looks like they'll keep it.
3rd fumble of the first half for the Utes.
The big cat, 94, as you mentioned. Leonard Williams pops the ball free from Poole. Now the scramble begins. And what a dive in there. I didn't quite catch the number, but a Utah man gave it up to get the football back, getting in just ahead of USC's Williams.
Coach Whittingham exercising his French after seeing the 3rd fumble. Devontae Booker back in the game. Wilson throws the fade in the corner, and incomplete. Tim Patrick, the intended receiver.
When we met with Dave Christensen, the offensive coordinator, he said all night long, all we want to do is end every possession with a kick. Whether it's a punt, a field goal, or a PAT. They get their opportunity here, over the sideline, no catch. Here comes automatic Andy Phillips for the field goal attempt.
On the season, he's 13 of 15. Andy Phillips in to attempt a 24-yarder. 5-year member of the U.S. ski team. And that one is good. 5:08 to play in the first half, and Utah takes a 10-7 lead over USC. Andy Phillips, you know, he never played football before walking on at Utah before the 2013 season.
You know, he served a mission in Norway and actually had a football player come and he was the mentor to.
And they'll bring it out of the end zone. This is Adoree Jackson. It's the sideline. Adoree Jackson. He breaks one. 100 yards, touchdown, Trojans.
You know what I think happens with Andy Phillips? He's such a good kicker. I think they relax when they see the ball deep in the end zone. And Adoree Jackson surprised Utah because he caught it, and I think they started to pull up a little bit. Didn't think he'd really run it out, and he got good blocking and got to that part there, and now it's just Jets time. Adoree Jackson, a sprinter and long jumper with the USC track team, showed off his skills.
Jackson, a freshman. And SC with 5:06 to go. Extra point, good. Trojans take a 14-10 lead. USC moved the ball. 208 yards in total offense. 14 points for the Trojans. Utah 150 yards, 1 turnover each. 14-10 our score at the break. Coming up after the break, we'll send you to Los Angeles for the AT&T Fox Sports Live halftime with Jay and Dan. Ready to start the second half here in Salt Lake City, and the USC Trojans lead the Utah Utes 14-10. Welcome back, everybody. Gus Johnson along with Charles Davis. I thought that first half was a hard-fought first half for both teams.
About what we expected, because we knew they were both physical teams, wanted to run the ball, but both passed it more than maybe we thought, especially Utah. Travis Wilson, I thought, was in good form in the first half. They've got to get their runners going. Devontae Booker for Utah and Buck Allen for USC.
All right, here are 3 things that you may want to pay attention to when you look at this game.
Well, right out of the gate, a costly mistake by USC. Darius Rogers didn't handle a lateral, and Davion Orfeh turned it into a touchdown for Utah. And then Utah with a missed opportunity with a fumble by Devontae Booker. USC got the football and kept them from scoring. And then Adoree Jackson with a 100-yard kickoff return, joining the likes of Anthony Davis in the history of USC. And here are the first half stats brought to you by Geico. Rushing yardage pretty much the same. USC a little bit ahead in the passing yards. Yards per play, USC with a decided advantage. But the turnover situation, 2 fumbles for USC, 3 for Utah. Both of them lost a fumble apiece.
So Utah won the opening toss, deferred, so the Utes will have it to start the second half as Clay goes back deep, and he's joined by Charles Henderson. Travis Wilson ready to come back onto the field. 9 of 16, 113 yards in the first half. Clay and Henderson, and they will not get a shot. They'll start from the 25. Let's go downstairs to Molly McGrath.
Thanks, Gus. USC left tackle Chad Wheeler is ruled out for this game with a right knee injury. He's scheduled to get an MRI when they return back to LA. But head coach Steve Sarkisian told me that he's happy with his O-line's protection without him. He said that Andre Walker has really stepped it up in his absence. And as far as Utah goes, Kyle Whittingham told me that Travis Wilson will start in the second half. And he said, will Kendall Thompson come into the game? He said, we'll see how Wilson plays.
All right, Travis Wilson did some really nice things in the first half.
We had expected to see Kendall Thompson at some point in the first half, but there was no reason to make a change.
Here's Wilson running it again. Long first down. And he's chased out of bounds by Scott Felix.
Frankly, I think that Travis Wilson was doing exactly what Coach Whittingham told Molly in pregame. Moving the team, being efficient, taking care of the ball, completing passes that he was supposed to complete. I didn't see any reason to make a change or bring in Kendall Thompson. There wasn't a spark that was needed. You know, there wasn't a changeup that they had to do. They're looking for that one quarterback, and Travis Wilson is giving them reason to believe it's going to be him.
Second down at 7 to the 28. Wilson. Oh, knocked away and almost picked off. Antoine Woods, the big fella, with a chance to make a huge play, just couldn't hold on.
You know, he's lost about 30 pounds since he first reported to USC. And there, he almost put those lost 30 pounds to good use by batting away that pass. He almost enveloped it and was able to take it the other way.
Third down and 7, opening drive of the second half for Utah. At their own 28. Wilson, straight drop. Near side and incomplete. Brez Anderson just couldn't hold on. Some terrific coverage by Kevon Seymour to knock it out of his hands.
Now, we could make an argument that Seymour interfered on 2 of the pass plays that we saw in the first half. But what can't be argued is that he is tightly covering the receivers of Utah. He's there in position to make plays, and he makes an excellent one there because he fought Anderson the whole way and didn't allow him to complete the process of the catch.
Adoree Jackson and Nelson Aguilar back deep. Adoree Jackson returning a kickoff 100 yards for a touchdown, the third 100-yard kickoff return for touchdown in USC history. Right now he's punting the ball from the 14. And he drills it far side. Takes a bounce. And USC will have it at the 34. Cody Kessler in the first half, 13 of 16, 166 yards and a touchdown. Remember last week against Colorado, we threw 7 touchdown passes.
The mighty Utah student section, they do a terrific job supporting their team.
First down and 10 at the 33. Cody Kessler and the Trojans. Kessler. He'll dance out of the pocket and throw the move, and it's caught. Aguilar. And he'll gain 4 yards. Let's go to Greg Wolf for a Lowe's Never Stop Improving game break.
All right, Gus, thanks. Let's check in on Game 4 of the World Series. Seen over on Fox. Top of the 9th, 2 out. Eric Hosmer bounces one back to Hunter Strickland, and that would do it. Giants win 11-4. They tie the series up at 2. Game 5 tomorrow. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern on Fox. Gus, Charles, back to you.
Yes, we've got a series now. 2-2.
Buck Allen trying to pocket free, but gets chopped down by Jared Norris. I tell you, this Jared Norris, folks, is a ball player. He is a legitimate tough guy.
And what about the play he just made there? Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't he go through number 75, Max Turk, the center who snapped it and pulled? Look at him. He went through Turk 75 to get to Allen and made the play.
Third down and 4. Kessler underneath, incomplete. Intended for Aguilar. And what has this Utah defense done? They've made an adjustment, and they're really slowing down the SC offense.
What's happened is USC cannot run the football right now with the regularity and the impact that they're used to having. So now you've made them one-dimensional, which releases the pass rush for Utah, which hasn't gotten home like they've wanted. But the cover corners and safeties have clamped down better on the receivers of USC.
Alvarado punting from his own goal line to Clay. This time he'll get a shot. Clay, look at the speed. Clay with room. Clay at the 40. Down the sideline. Finally taken down at the USC 15. He's a dangerous man. A 52-yard punt and a 54-yard return.
Watch how it gets set up to where he gets to the wide side. Now look, once he escapes here, look at all this space he has. And he's got people saying, look at the move he puts on Temple 98. A defensive tackle trying to help on punt return. And then at the final part of the play, number 90, Claude Pallone helps turn it inside and helps with the tackle.
So the Utes have it at the USC 16-yard line. And they'll run it with Devontae Booker, who picks up 6.
And you see how the field position game helps, how special teams can set you up in a big way. Utah, maybe the best special teams unit in the nation, capitalized on a huge return.
2nd and 4 at the 10. Booker again, and this time he's gobbled up. Scott Felix.
And if Utah has to kick a field goal in this situation, that's going to feel like a huge disappointment for the Utes after that return. USC's task, force a field goal attempt and take the air out of that big return by Clay.
3rd down and 6 at the 12-yard line. Wilson. Fires. And caught. Lost. Picked up by Dory Jackson, but was he down?
They're signaling down. The field judge is signaling down. And that's inside the 1-yard line. This will be an interesting look for our replay officials. Well thrown football by Travis Wilson. Adoree Jackson fighting.
Oh, he was not down.
Not down, and that ball's popped free. Now, is it going to be called a catch or an incomplete pass? They're fighting it the whole way. I don't think that you've determined possession there. This might go down as an incomplete pass.
After review, the runner fumbled the ball before being down. The ball was recovered in the end zone by USC. First down at the 20-yard line.
Wow.
Thank you, Mike. So that goes back to what Mike talked about. The call, the original call on the field being that it was a catch and he was down. So they gave him the catch, but they discovered it was a fumble. And as Mike noted, you can't advance it out. You can't advance it there because the play's killed dead by the whistle. USC gets recovery in the end zone. Adoree Jackson, give him big points for fighting all the way through this play. The freshman helps knock it free from Patrick, the receiver. USC recovers in the end zone and takes over possession. Killed off a drive after a monster punt return by Kalen Clay.
And for Utah, here's a team that came into this game with only 5 turnovers. And they've turned it over twice in this game, both inside the 10-yard line. The handoff to Buck Allen. And Allen, lunging forward, crosses the 25. Two fumbles lost at the USC 1-yard line. And Allen again with a little bit of running room as he finds space and picks up a first down. And that ball stripped by Dominique Hatfield.
Whistles were blowing. Let's see what they say, but I think they're going to say that the play was dead before the ball came free.
Was ruled on the play.
See, I heard whistles blowing while he was still up, and other people were hitting him.
And Allen again.
And here we are again. See, right there, whistles are blowing. They're ruling forward. Progress has stopped. Whistles were blowing as Hatfield strips the ball out.
2nd and 9 at the 35. Kessler. He's got Aguilar. Kessler looks his way and picked off. Fanaika.
Kessler had plenty of time and kept waiting for Aguilar to clear, but then he threw it behind him. And as Aguilar tried to make a play, he tipped it in the air. And Fanaika, running on the coverage, good hands, catches the football. And Utah with a takeaway. Cody Kessler's throw behind his receiver helped cause the interception.
Kessler throwing just his 2nd interception of the season. First down and 10 for the Utes. Booker.
The USC's offense and special teams on back-to-back series have put their defense in tough situations. On the last series, they killed the play off with the forced fumble in the end zone by Adoree Jackson. What happens here? Utah, disappointed on the last possession, can't afford to come away with no points here.
2nd down and 7 at the 35. Here's Wilson. He'll dive forward. Antoine Woods brings him down.
Even when Sua Cravens doesn't make a play, he makes a play. Because he forced Wilson to turn inside on the option play because he took away the pitch man with the pursuit. Turned him right into the traffic and right into Antoine Woods.
Brings up a 3rd down and 4 at the USC 32. Wilson put that one on the money and a 1st down at the 25. Kenneth Scott, his first catch of the night.
So now they get Kenneth Scott involved. Last week on the road at Oregon State, Utah down 13-9, and they turned the game over to Devontae Booker, who carried them home. It doesn't have the same feel tonight. This feels more like Travis Wilson will have much more of an effect on this game the way it's going.
1st and 10. Booker with a hole. Booker! Touchdown, Utah!
And what I meant is that Travis Wilson will have an effect in handing it to Devontae Booker as he kicks off and goes towards the end zone. Tremendous blocking up front that allowed him easy access to the 2nd, 3rd level, and finally the end zone.
Andy Phillips in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. 49 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Things starting to heat up in Salt Lake City. Utah up 17-14. Devontae Booker with a terrific 3rd quarter, 7 carries, 41 yards, averaging almost 6 yards per carry, and he scores on the 24-yard touchdown.
So he's off to a roaring start towards maybe mimicking what he did last week at Oregon State, where he picked up the bulk of his yardage down the stretch, bringing Utah from behind 13-9 last week. It was 14-10. Now he has his team up 17-14.
This one will be fielded at the 15 by Juju Smith. And he'll get up to the 25. Here's Kessler wanting to air it out. Nice catch by Aguilar. He'll go down at the 30. Justin Thomas with the tackle.
Have you noticed as the game has gone on that just about every catch USC's making is truly contested? Utah's defensive backs have really snugged up to the receivers, and even when completed, they're right there at the catch.
2nd and 5 at the 32. Kessler, quick release to Aguilar. He slips, loses the ball, and he's called down.
That's another slip by Aguilar, isn't it? Is that the second one we've seen tonight?
He may need to check his studs. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Utah 17, USC 14. Coming up, the 4th quarter from Salt Lake right after this. Both teams playing with passion. As you take a look at the scoring by quarters. Utah with the Devontae Booker 24-yard touchdown run.
Did you see who was in the middle of Utah's crowd there? Their injured center, Siasi Iona, firing up his team.
3rd down and 5 into 32. SC 5 of 11 on 3rd down conversions. Another low snap. Kessler in trouble. Breaks contain. Throws and caught over the middle. What a play by Kessler, who finds Buck Allen. Nate Orchard had him.
And Nate Orchard threw a shoe. He's like a Triple Crown runner. Sprinter there. And threw a shoe trying to get Kessler to the ground.
A big completion for Cody Kessler. Keeps the drive alive. 1st down at their own 47. Telfer in motion. Buck Allen. And he'll gain 1.
Going's been tough running inside tonight against Utah, hasn't it?
They talk about their front 4.
Lotulelei, number 93. Filippo Mokofisi, 45, a former defensive end, has been moved inside to tackle. They're the prime guys there. Clint Shepard's been a part of that, number 46. They made it difficult to run inside.
2nd down and 9. Here's Allen running right. Allen, nice cut. 1st down and more. But Allen, the Pac-12's leading rusher, picks up 13.
And as soon as you give them some love, they run it inside. And with success, look at Turk, 75, snapping it and pulling. And getting out in front. Look at number 60. Bioni, Talamaival. Getting out in front. Carving a hole.
21 carries, 76 yards for Allen. Kessler. Near side, he finds Allen out of the backfield, and he's dropped at the 37 by Jared Norris.
Norris plays with a lot. You mentioned the word passion. He plays with plenty of it, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Worked in the offseason with a speed trainer to increase that. Also added 5 pounds of muscle. And he may be their fastest linebacker. And they've got guys who can run like Jacoby Hale and Gianni Paul.
They clocked at a 4.65. 2nd and 13. Kessler. Hit as he throws, completes it, Aguilar. And Aguilar down at the 28. A 14-yard gain, and what courage for Cody Kessler to hang in there to the last moment.
And watch here. Orchard gets cut down a little bit by Walker, but gets right back up. And he's just a half count late in getting to Kessler to prevent this prevent that completion. As you mentioned, well done by Kessler, hanging in there and taking the hit and delivering.
1st down and 10 at the Utah 28-yard line. Kessler to throw. Near side, Aguilar. And he's knocked out of bounds at the 22. Nelson Aguilar now starting to rack up the yards. 8 catches for 72.
And how about the way Kessler's bounced back from the interception? Did not let it bother him, only his 2nd of the year. And the way that Utah's rushing the passer, I think they're set for a screen game if USC goes in that direction.
2nd and 1, Buck Allen. Gets outside, picks up the 1st down, and will be knocked out of bounds inside the 10. Davion Orphy knocks him out of bounds.
Well, he's a patient runner, isn't he?
Because it looks like there's nothing there.
And he waits and lets things form. Jaleel Pinner, 38, helped him out.
Gain 13, they give it to him again. Trying to hit the corner, and he's down at the 2. Jacoby Hale with the stop, and Allen shaken up a bit.
Now, if he comes out of the game and they go to a running back, it'd be Justin Davis, 22, who's had troubles holding on to the football in recent games. He's fumbled in 3 out of the last 4 games.
So Davis is in. 2nd and goal at the 2. They give it to him. And Davis will be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards.
Jason Fanaika with another big play. Gianni Paul, number 13, was also there from the middle linebacker position.
3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line.
I think Kessler throws it here. I don't see them running it.
Juju is in the slot at the top. He goes over the middle. Kessler steps up, and touchdown! It's Rogers. Darius Rogers found a soft spot, and USC takes a 20-17 lead.
And how about Kessler climbing the pocket and finding space? As Darius Rogers, number 1, works against Davion Orphe, number 11, stays with it, finds the open spot. But Kessler, from the pocket position, also finds open space and a clear sight line to throw the football.
Cody Kessler has the 4th highest quarterback rating in FBS in the red zone this year. 2 short touchdown passes tonight, and USC adds the extra point and takes a 21-17 lead. USC taking a 21-17 lead, our 3rd lead change of the evening. Cody Kessler making some plays on that drive. He's thrown 2 touchdowns tonight.
11 for 11 on the 2 touchdown drives for USC. But what I've been most impressed with Cody Kessler was the quick bounce back after the interception that he threw that led to Utah taking the lead.
Clay with a 50-plus punt return the last time he touched it. Let's see if they send it his way. Line drive. Returnable. Picked up at the 4 by Clay. Clay slicing. Clay on the move, and he's finally upended at the 32. Uchuwu and Wusu with the tackle on special teams for the Trojans.
So now Utah has a chance to win the game on this possession with a touchdown. If USC had been able to kick a field goal, a tie would have been imminent.
Travis Wilson in the shotgun. Here's Wilson, the throw. Sideline. Nice ball caught and out of bounds. Kenneth Scott stops the clock at 2:03. Second and 1. Wilson looks that way again. And incomplete. Scott, the intended receiver.
Don't forget Wilson's ability to run the football here. Zone read option gives them a chance to pick up the 1st down without throwing it. Obviously, you can hand it to Booker as well.
3rd down and 1. Booker. And it looks like he has a 1st down. So the clock stops at 1:43. Utes trying to get to the line of scrimmage. Now it restarts. 1:40 to go. Wilson. Far side, incomplete, and a flag. Intended for Drez Anderson. Flag called on Kevon Seymour.
Now all night he's lived on the edge and probably over the edge. It hasn't been flagged. But this time they accurately got him. He was holding Drez Anderson before the football got there. He gotten away with a few in the 1st half of this game, not this time.
Number 13 defense. It's an automatic 1st down at the spot of the foul.
He does so many things right when covering a receiver. If he would just be a little less handsy, his coverage would be locked down.
1st down and 10 at the 47. Wilson dances out of the pocket. Hit as he throws it by Scott Felix.
I think they'll call that incomplete. Arm was coming forward.
USC has 2 losses on the season. 37-31 to Boston College and 38-34 to Arizona State. Sun Devils beating the Trojans on a Hail Mary. 2nd and 10. Wilson drops it off. He's got an open receiver, and it's Booker who gets out of bounds inside SC territory with 1:01 to go. Utes still have that timeout.
Well designed and even better executed. Jave Christensen sent Flo all the way to the wide side of the field and slipped Booker out the back door where he was wide open. Travis Wilson delivered.
A A 17-yard gain. First down and 10. Wilson. Pump fake. Going deep. And incomplete. Intended for Patrick. Adoree Jackson in coverage.
It's a true freshman, and he doesn't panic at the moment of truth. He just realizes the ball's coming as he reads the arms of Patrick coming up. And he never sees the ball, but he doesn't contact the receiver and gets his arm up between Patrick's hands and knocks it away.
55 seconds remaining. Second and 10. To the near side, caught by Trez Anderson. Anderson taken down hard by Kevon Seymour. But look at what Travis Wilson is doing, orchestrating this drive.
Locking down the #1 position, starting quarterback. And wow, that's a 2-point takedown in the wrestling world.
And a 10-yard gain. First down and 10 at the SC 26. 49 seconds. Wilson. Near side again. He's got his receiver, Scott. And he is tackled inside the 20 at the 19.
Remember, USC guarding the end zone. It has to be a touchdown for Utah.
Second and 3 at the SC 19. Wilson pulls it down, wants to run. Still on the move. Touchdown! Wow! Travis Wilson! Hercules!
It appeared
The previous play is under review. The ruling on the field is a touchdown.
Now, it appeared his foot was in bounds when he launched. Okay, watch his outside foot. That's okay.
Give me a timeout.
Okay, see, he's still in bounds there when he launches. But as he goes, is he in bounds as he's knocked away?
Mike, your thoughts on this play?
Big play, big call. He goes airborne from inbounds to out of bounds, which means that the ball has to go over the top or inside the pylon, which it doesn't. So it's going to be out of bounds where the ball crosses the sideline. They've got to reverse this and put him short.
After review, the ball did not break the plane of the goal line. The ball would be placed at the half-yard line.
Got the call correct. Because when we talk with Mike Pereira, our rules expert, see, he's good. He's out of bounds here. And the ball is definitely short. So a good job by our replay officials.
So the big question coming into the game, Utah 5-1 on the season. Are they real or are they fake? First down and goal. Inside the 1. Booker. And he didn't get in. Anthony Serra with the tackle. Utah using its final timeout. 10 seconds to go on the goal line. Welcome back to Salt Lake City. 21-17, USC on top of Utah. But the Utes have the ball inside the 1-yard line. No timeouts left. 12 seconds to play. What do you do?
Devontae Booker's your #1 weapon, but if you run it inside, you're putting all your eggs in that basket because that's your only shot. If he doesn't get in, you don't get another play.
So here we go. Second and goal at the half-yard line. Travis Wilson, the quarterback. Rolls out of the pocket. Touchdown, Utah! Play! It's real!
Put the ball in the hands of their quarterback who's played well all night. And he hits Kalen Clay, who cradles it and possesses it all the way through and won't let USC take it from him.
How about this kid, Travis Wilson? Didn't start last week against Oregon State, had a good week of practice. They gave him the nod because he moved the team in practice. Andy Phillips comes in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. 24-21, 8 seconds to go. Does Adoree Jackson have any magic remaining? He's already returned 100 yards for a touchdown in this game. Phillips drives it. Jackson fields it at the goal line. Jackson still moving. Jackson taken down at the 28 with 1 tick remaining.
And remember, the wind is against USC throwing the football. So Cody Kessler battling not just the game situation, but the elements and deep in their own territory. This may be one of those multilateral attempts by USC.
Utah dropping players all the way back to the 30-yard line. Last play of the game. Kessler. And he's sacked. Guess who? Nate Archer got him one. And the Utah Utes come back in dramatic fashion to beat USC 24-21. Utah, their first win over SC in 4 tries since joining the Pac-12. And let's go downstairs to Molly, who's with a really happy Coach Whittingham.
Thanks, Gus. Coach, what an incredible finish. What was going through your mind on that game-winning drive?
Well, there's a tough group of kids. They got no quit in them. And we played the full 60 minutes and overcame some adversity, a couple turnovers on the 1-yard line. Kickoff return we let out the gate. But I'll tell you what a gutsy performance by our guys.
You've been waiting for one of your quarterbacks to establish themselves, to separate themselves. Travis Wilson did that tonight. How did he do that?
He did a nice job. Boy, Travis was great. The whole offense responded when we needed him to. And Travis went wire to wire, got it done for us at the end.
An incredible atmosphere against a ranked conference opponent. How huge is this win for your team?
It's big. Every win is big for us. And to beat a team like USC at home here, a top 20 team, is big for our guys.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats. Back to you, Gus.
And thank you very much, Molly. What a game. 24-21. The Utes pull it out. Now Fox Sports Live rolls on.